Hello again, another video on a quick GCSE question, and it's quite a short one this time, but what's interesting about this question is that we can convert it to a 6-mark one if we change the word describe, which I'm gonna use the bug technique to box. We can change that to explain, and that will make this a 6-mark question. So I'm just gonna bug the question very quickly here. We've got box, the command word describe, so we're giving, let's say 3, but I want you to give me 4 main ideas, using data, telling me ways that the city has changed, but we don't need to explain why it's changed, for example, or go into too much detail about how it's changed. Character of the city, so we're looking at physically how it has changed. We're looking at things that we can see, so a pair of eyes here, to suggest how we are seeing the city change in front of our eyes from a certain time to another time. City that we've studied, it's going to be Birmingham, because it's an AC city, so AC stands for advanced country. Now, it's asking us to look at how it's changed due to international migration. So we cannot talk about rural to urban migration without saying specifically that it's coming from a different country, from a country outside of the one that we're looking at, which is Birmingham in the UK. Now, what we're going to start off by saying is, for these 3 to 4 ideas, some data can be really useful. So we know that in Birmingham by 2015, and you can look up the change to the data, but 53% of the population was white British. Now, if you went back to the 1950s, 1960s, or before or pre-1950s, that would have been much closer to 100%. So it's changed significantly, and how has it changed? So one idea that you could have here, right? Another idea that we can refer to is the fact that in the 1950s, 1960s, there was a lot of migration from the West Indies. This is what drove this percentage of 100% down over time to become 53%. Okay? Now, sometimes I think the examiner might want you to link these two together. Okay? So that's why I really want you to have that extra idea. Now, a couple of other things that you can talk about, a couple of talking points. You can refer to some examples of change, so you can look at examples like the Gurdwara temple that we looked at in class, for Sikh worshippers. I want to say that I'm spelling this right, but if I'm not, let me know in the comments, which I've disabled so you can't. Gurdwara. And again, if you want to know more about the Gurdwara in Birmingham, you can look it up. Places of worship are places that typically change. You would have expected to have seen much more, let's say, Christian religion with white British people, and then when it came to a lot of migration from places like South Asia, places like the West Indies, you would have seen different places of worship come in some cases. Another couple of examples, we can think about the curry mile, the Balti curry that you can get various versions of, which was a dish that is kind of like a British fusion dish made from the different spices that you would find from South Asia, but would never have been invented if those people had never come over here, that specific dish. And also you could refer to Bhangra, which is the Punjabi folk dance festivals that you can see, that we see take place across the city. Used to take place 3 times a year before the coronavirus, and hopefully we start to see them again. So Bhangra and Punjabi music dance festivals. Okay, so have a go at that question and let me know how you get on by submitting it to me for homework.